Hey YouTube, I'm back once again. I've got some more pickups to show you. Everything here is what I bought today. Obviously I did a video yesterday of what I picked up over the weekend. It's bank holiday Monday today. But I went out this morning with a little bit of a mission, which we'll discuss in a little bit. But first, some charity shops. Not many today, just a couple. But I went out to Darlington this morning. While I was there, I checked out a couple of Poundlands, one of them which is out of town. But there was nothing new in either of them. In fact, one of them, the shelf was looking decidedly sparse. But the one that's slightly out of town, there's also a Bernardo's charity shop, which I didn't expect to be open, but it was. And they're the ones that do the 5 for £1 DVDs. I had those bootleg NCIS box sets a few weeks ago, which are gone, so somebody's bought them. But I found a Blu-ray for £1. I got The Departed, which is nice to have finally picked up on Blu-ray. I've got the HD DVD of this, but it being a Warner Brothers, actually it's not, is it? It's the HD DVD is a Warner Brothers. But this is the UK, must be not distributed by Warner Brothers. But anyway, it's good to finally got that one. I had to stop there because for some reason I was recording for about a minute, completely out of focus. So I'll try that again. Yeah, so what I was saying is I headed over to Middlesbrough after I'd finished in Darlington because I had other things to do. And I thought I'd drop into CEX because I also had something to trade in there, and or to sell rather. And one of the charity shops I'd forgotten yesterday, so I thought I'll run in there, YMCA, and just see what they've got. Generally, I don't do that well in that YMCA, although I did manage to find, strangely enough, a VCD, a video CD in there the last time I was in there. So I was in again today, like I said, and they've got a sign up at the moment, DVDs and CDs 5 for £1. That's new, that wasn't there last time I was in, so that'd be rude not to have a look. So I looked through the DVDs, couldn't find anything. The CDs aren't kept right next to the DVDs. There's a big bookcase, no, not a bookcase, even a bookshelf full of books, obviously, between them, and also on separate walls. So there's like a corner in between. So I walked over to the CDs because they do keep the video games and a few DVD box sets with the CDs. So I had to have a look at those while I was in. And this caught my eye. It's Tomb Raider: The Cradle of Life, and I thought, oh, I don't have that soundtrack. I've got the soundtrack to the first one, but I didn't have this one. And then when I looked closer, I spotted, if it'll focus, the VCD. I'm thinking, have they got another VCD in? So I had a quick look inside, and sure enough, I can't even get it open now. It is a VCD. It's a 2 disc, like most of them are. It's probably difficult to see on there, but it's from Singapore. Out of focus once again. It's up as £1, but obviously they're 5 for £1. But as I picked it up, I thought, VCD for £1, yep, I'll have some of that. And I thought I'll just check just to make sure there aren't any more. And the rest of these are not in any particular order, but they're certainly not the order that I found them. But I also found Man of the Year with Robin Williams. I don't think I've ever heard of this one. Swordfish, which for some reason is in a double jewel case, even though it's yeah, just 2-disc affair like the rest. This one's the same. Taking Lives. I do have this on HD DVD. Again, it's a Warner Brothers one, so whether it still works. It's a couple of years since I've watched this film, but I really do like this. It's one I maybe should dig out and have another look at, because it's yeah, it was pretty good. Barnyard. I'm pretty sure I've got this, if not on Blu-ray, and I don't think I have it on Blu-ray, but I've probably got this on DVD as well, but I've never seen it. A film I do like, and a film I really need to get on Blu-ray, is My Super Ex-Girlfriend. A lot of fun, that one. Weird Case, this one, Monster House. It's pretty much the same size as a CD. It's the orientation, and when you open it, it's like a digipack inside. And there's a couple more like that. Forgetting Sarah Marshall, great comedy. Spoilt a little bit by Jonah Hill, but I can still get over that because the rest of the film is really, really funny. A Nicole Kidman one I've never heard of, Birth. She's looking quite young in that picture, so I'm assuming it's probably from the 90s. This one's in a slip cover, but there's no artwork inside other than on the discs. I don't know if that's how it was sold, or whether somebody's removed the sleeve from inside of that. Then another one with these digisets. This is Open Season. I think I've got this on 3D, I'm not sure. Again, this one been Maid of Honor. You know, artwork under the discs on all of these as well. I quite like the packaging, although it'll be annoying on the shelf because all my VCDs are on a CD shelf, and I'm pretty sure, that's how much above a CD they sit. I'm pretty sure my shelf is only literally just a little bit bigger than a CD, so these aren't going to fit on, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do about them just yet. Oh yeah, the last one, Transformers. So they were £5 for £1. There was only 12 there. There were no more. There was no DVDs that I wanted, so I just grabbed a few CDs to go with them, just to make up the next 3 for the £1, or for that £1. So I think that is the biggest haul of video CDs I've ever found out in the wild. At least this side of the millennium. Back in the 90s when I collected them, I don't even remember picking up as many as them. I mean, they were more expensive back then. In one go, I did pick up a bunch off eBay, maybe 3-4 years ago. Again, I don't know if it was a pile as big as these, but they were a listing on eBay that I bid on and won. Whereas these, like I say, just found out in the wild, as it were. Then, or not then, but previous to getting those, the reason I went out this morning, having got those 3 Star Wars yesterday, and the wheeler dealer in that got me these for very cheap, I thought, can I do the same again with the other 3 that I needed from the original and prequel trilogies. I'm not going to bother at the moment, at least, with the sequel trilogy and Rogue One and Solo, simply because I have all of them on individual releases at the moment. I'd still want them to complete this set because I love these sleeves and the art. But yeah, like I thought, I wonder if I can do the same again, or even work a way that I get these for free. So what I got for me is Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, and Return of the Jedi. And of course, all of these with slip covers, same artwork inside. But there was only one HMV locally that I hadn't been to yesterday. I mean, there's only really two local to me now, Middlesbrough and Darlington. The one in Sunderland's, you know, a bigger distance away. But I thought I'd go to Darlington, see what they had. I didn't have very high hopes because those two HMVs yesterday, although they had, or one of them had these three that trade in at CEX. The other one only had A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. So I didn't have that high hopes that they would have not just these in stock, but all of these in stock as well. As it turned out, they had all 11 Blu-ray. I don't know about DVD or 4K, but they had all 11 movies in these sleeves in stock. And my thinking was this morning, to get these for free, I've also got to get these 3 times. So one set to go with that one set to go with that one set to go with that one, which would mean I would trade in the 9, or not trade in, sell to CEX the 9 Blu-rays to get back the £90 it would have cost me to buy those 12 Blu-rays. The 9 to sell and the 3 for me. And I was thinking to myself, is it really worth it getting those extra 2 compared to yesterday? And when I weighed it all up, I thought, well, if I get 3 of each, that means I'm going to have to go to probably 3 different CEXs to trade them in. I didn't particularly want to go back to my local one, at the very least, and trade in the same 3 again. So I decided to do what I did yesterday. I got my 3 and 7 others, so a total of 10 Blu-rays instead of 12, working out at £75, which is the same as what I spent yesterday. And so then I would only have 7 to trade in, and it would get me £73 back. So meaning these 3 owe me £2, which is what I did. So I got 2 Empire Strikes Back, 3 A New Hope, and 2 Phantom Menace. So I thought, Darlington's nearby. Well, Darlington's nearby. I was in Darlington. The Darlington CEX is only a few minutes from HMV. Trading there. I could nip over to Bishop Auckland, which is the next nearest one, outside of my local one, which I think the sat-nav said was about 12 miles away. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to go into CEX. When I'm in there, I'm going to ask, would they take multiple copies? Because I know that's something I don't normally do, because of the reason it's always stated on the website for years. If you trade in multiple copies of games or movies, that they'll reduce the amount of money that they'll pay you for them. So I said to the girl behind the counter, I said, do you take, or will you take, multiple copies of Blu-ray movies of the same movie? And she said, it all depends on what it is and how many you've got. So I showed her the 3 that I had, these 3. I said, I've got 2 each of those. And without hesitation, she said, yes, that's fine. So I thought, brilliant. So I sold them 6 of the 7 that I wanted to sell. I got my £62, knowing I was going to Middlesbrough anyway to trade in. I'm sorry, I keep saying trade in, I can't get around that. To sell the last New Hope that I had, which I did when I was in Middlesbrough. So it made me £72, which means that these 3 cost me a total of £2. These 3 yesterday cost me a total of £2. So after the money I got back, I've actually paid £4 in total for all of these. Now on top of that, there's obviously other expenses, fuel, parking. So I worked out, I did in total just under, yesterday and today, just under 100 miles, which I worked out at what the local petrol station is that I filled up at yesterday, which I think was like 114 per litre, thereabouts. And it worked out that it would cost me £5.22 per gallon. I think that's what it worked out as, something like that. And I thought, well, if I round that up to 550, 2 gallons in my car is usually about 110 to 120 miles, unless I'm, really clogging it. But the computer was telling me I was doing 55 miles per gallon yesterday. So if we round that up to about £11, that's what I've paid in fuel for the last 2 days. I paid one parking fee yesterday in Sunderland, which was £1.50. Plus the £4, it's cost me less than £17 in total to get these 6. I'm more than happy with that. And I would have probably done the same again with the others that I need. The sequel trilogy and Solo and Rogue One. If it wasn't for the fact that to do that, to get those 5 the same way I've got these, I would have to end up buying. Now, I scanned the others. Attack of the Clones trades in for £5 or £6, so it's not worth it. Return of the Jedi trades in for £5, so it's not worth it. And Revenge of the Sith isn't on their website yet, so you can't trade that in anyway. So these are the only ones that are worth getting to trade. And it would mean I would have to have bought, what did I work it out as? I would have had to have got 7 to get 3, and then to get the other 2, I would have probably had to buy 4, and I would have made a little bit of extra money on top of that. So I would have had to have bought a total of 16 Blu-rays. Oh, this is going to test my maths now. So that's 8 15s, 10 15s, 150, less 30s, £120. I'm thinking that should be right. So yeah, £120 I would have had to have outlaid. That's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem I would have had would be I would have had in excess of 4 to 5 copies of each of these to get rid of. That's a lot of different CEXs, and even if I could have done what I did today in Darlington and dumped 2 of each per store, I would have still had to have gone to 2 different stores that I haven't done over the last couple of days. And in the end I thought, one, is it worth it? But the bigger problem was Darlington right now, or as of this morning, didn't have enough of these left in stock for me to do that. They still had all of these on the shelf, but they had either 1 or 2 copies of each. So for now, and we'll see how these prices hold. If they hold for another week or 2, who knows? The sale or trading values I'm talking about. Because at the moment, like I mentioned yesterday, these 3 films trade in for, what do we say, £44 I believe, or cash is 31 for the 3. HMV costs you £30 for the 4, so you trade in them 3, you get that one free. That's how it works right now. And I was looking online today. One, I double checked the prices before I left this morning to make sure that they hadn't gone down, and I was looking this afternoon, and there's a few places that have started getting copies in, so 1 or 2 people have cottoned on and are starting to trade these in. Not a whole lot, but 1 or 2. So yeah, it just depends on how many more people cotton onto it. But I would suggest, if this is something you're going to do and you want to do it quickly, and check the values at CX before you buy them, because you never know if they've gone down. And don't order them from Zavvi or Zoom or something like that, because they'll take forever to get to you, by which time the price will have gone down. Amazon, if you've got Prime, next day, it's a risk. It might work out, but knowing my luck, if I did that, I'd order them and that evening the prices would go down. So yeah, I would say go to HMV if they've got them, check the prices, and then take them straight to CX and sell them or trade them, whichever way around you want to do it. Right, I've waited on for quite long enough now. I'm just going to put these into some sense of an order. We've got episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Even though Disney don't put the episode numbers on these anymore, they just have Star Wars and the sub name. One thing that annoys me, and it's not actually the fact that they don't have the Irish rating on Revenge of the Sith. What annoys me more is they've put the Irish rating on all the others. I mean, do it one way or the other, preferably get rid of those Irish ratings. We don't need them. If you can do it on one, you can do it on all of them. Just annoying. I have a bit of an OCD when it comes to symmetry on. See, that looks great. I like that a lot. And then it's spoilt by that at the bottom. But there you go. Right, I am going to go this time. So thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Oh, I've still got an unboxing video to upload. I'd forgotten all about that one. I'll have to get on that. See you later. Ta-ra.